the Four Power Commission and the camp commander and all these people came up on the porch while we were all in military formation in front of them. And you could tell the camp commander was flustered, and the Army colonel asked the commander to send us to our cells. So he did, and a senior officer, senior ranking POW, dismissed us, and we marched to our cells, stood at parade rest against the bedboards with eyes locked, and refused to talk to anybody. Lots of pictures. One of my cells showed up in Newsweek magazine a week later, and David Hume Kennerly, who was a Pulitzer Prize-winning photographer from Vietnam, had taken that picture. And Walter Cronkite was in the crowd. So when he came up to talk to a prisoner, nobody else was around him. It's like none of the other press corps knew who he was. And so the guys would talk to him. And then they left, and we had a big laugh about how we had created a little anxiety for the commander. The next day they gave us our clothes, and we put us on buses and took us into the Geelong airport. C-141 came in for us. We came off, and before we got off the bus, there was some betting going on about who won the Super Bowl in 1973. And we didn't know for sure. We had been shot down in December. I think we knew who was going to be in the Super Bowl, but we didn't know who won. And I saw Walter Cronkite walking along beside the buses, so I just stuck my head out the window and asked him. And he had to think a minute. It was Miami, I think, that year. And that settled the bets, and people groaned or cheered or whatever, depending on how they were betting. When they put us off the buses, then they lined us up, called our names. We walked across. There was an Air Force colonel at the table that we reported into, and then reported to duty. We saluted. Captain Robert Surton, reporting for duty, sir. Welcome home. And then walked over to the ramp of the airplane, the tail ramp, and greeted by the crew there. They had docs, masseuses, nurses, other people there, public relations officers, up into the airplane, got everybody on board, buttoned it up, and took off. And we were sitting in rear-facing airline seats on this big cargo plane. And as it was very quiet until we went feet wet, went out off over the coast, and then figured we were safe. And then everybody cheered, got out of the seats, and broke out the smokes, and started reading magazines and whatever else, and talking to the guys and the gals that were on the airplane to greet us. So landed at the Philippines, Clark Air Force Base, 3 days there, getting fitted for uniforms, getting physicals, getting assignments worked out. And then from there went stateside to the nearest, to the medical center nearest our home of record, and for more physicals, and to greet our families and to get back into the groove, and then back to our base.